Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a vast green forest, there lived animals of all kinds: proud lions, clever foxes, gentle deer, colorful birds, and tiny insects. The forest was peaceful, filled with the songs of chirping birds, rustling leaves, and the soft whisper of the wind. But one thing was missing: unity. Each animal lived in its own group, never caring about others. The lions thought they were the strongest, the deer thought they were the fastest, and the birds thought they were the freest. They never helped each other, until one day, everything changed. One morning, an old wise elephant named Eldaron walked to the center of the forest. He had just returned from a long journey near the mountains. His voice was deep and serious as he said, "My dear friends, danger is coming to our forest. Humans are cutting trees nearby. If we do not act together, our home will be destroyed." But the animals laughed. The tiger said, "Humans? Let them try. I'll scare them away with my roar." The fox smirked, "We'll just move to another part of the forest." The birds said, "We can fly away. It won't affect us." Eldaron shook his head slowly and said, "You all think only of yourselves. But when the last tree falls, even the sky will weep." Still, no one listened. Days passed. A clever fox named Ruzo wanted to prove that he was the smartest. He decided to steal fruits from the monkeys and blame the parrots for it. Soon, the monkeys got angry and started throwing stones at the parrots. The parrots screamed, and the noise echoed all over the forest. The lion, the king of the forest, arrived and shouted, "Who started this chaos?" Everyone blamed each other. The fox laughed secretly, thinking no one would find out. But the owl, who watched everything from the treetop, flew down and said, "Your cleverness, fox, has caused great pain. Wisdom is not in creating problems but in solving them." The fox felt ashamed. He realized how small tricks could break the peace of the forest. One hot summer afternoon, a terrible thing happened. A spark from a woodcutter's fire reached the dry grass, and soon, the entire forest began to burn. Flames rose high. Smoke covered the sky. The animals panicked, the deer ran, the rabbits hid, the birds flew in circles, and even the mighty lion roared helplessly. Then, Eldaron the elephant shouted, "We must work together. Only unity can save us now." The birds flew to find water. The elephants and deer started digging a trench to block the fire. The monkeys threw wet leaves over the flames. Even the small ants carried drops of water from the river. Hours passed, and finally, the fire began to die down. The forest was blackened, but alive. The animals had saved their home, not by strength, not by speed, not by cleverness, but by unity. After the fire, the animals realized their mistakes. They began helping one another. The birds dropped seeds from above. The elephants watered them with their trunks. The deer and rabbits protected the small plants from harm. Slowly, the forest became green again. New flowers bloomed, and the air filled with the sweet smell of rain and soil. A beautiful rainbow spread across the sky. It was the forest's way of smiling again. The lion called everyone and said, "From now on, we are not lions, deer, or birds. We are the forest family." Everyone cheered together, shouting, "Unity is our strength." One day, a little sparrow named Chirpy saw a snake approaching a rabbit's nest. The rabbit was sleeping peacefully. Chirpy, though small, started pecking the snake's tail. The snake turned and hissed angrily. Hearing the noise, the other animals rushed to help. The snake slithered away. The lion said, "You are the smallest among us, but your courage is greater than many." Chirpy smiled and said, "It doesn't matter how small we are. What matters is what we do when someone needs us." The forest applauded her bravery. A few months later, the humans returned, this time, not to cut trees, but to plant them. They saw the animals living peacefully and were touched. They built a small protection area around the forest. They promised never to harm it again. The animals realized that kindness can spread, from one heart to another, from one forest to another. The old elephant smiled and said, "See, my friends? When we live in harmony, even the world outside learns from us." Moral of the story: unity is strength. Wisdom is using our talents for good. True friendship means standing by one another in hard times. Even the smallest creature can make a big difference.